Oh, why can't I hear you? Can you hear me? No? What the heck? Hello?
All right. Can you hear us now better?
Yep.
Ah, there we go. Thank
Okay.
you.
Cool.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. This is Ryder here.
Hello.
This is Melina,
Hi.
who's one of your volunteers. Been
All right.
helping. She's just been doing all those awesome Facebook posts and stuff. So
Cool.
right on. You'll be able to. We'll probably mute everybody as we get started, just so you know. But just wanted to say hello while we could.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, awesome.
How are you guys doing today?
We are good.
Doing good. We're
Yes.
trying to figure out the first time I've used this tool here. So we're about to do a Facebook Live. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh, okay.
We'll give it a try here. All right. So we're going to do, let's see. Okay, I'm going to do mute all. Let's see. Mute on entry. Allow them to unmute themselves. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay. So we're going to do that. And then we're about to launch Facebook Live. Let's see what happens. We're sharing a page manage. Riv, turn those off for me, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. All right, we're back. So we're gonna say cross post live.
Is it live yet?
Let's see, we're gonna do Tower of Niceness volunteer webinar. All right, let's give it a try and see what happens here. I have no idea how this works, so.
I don't use Facebook. Probably should have done a practice run.
It's all right. Got to learn somehow, right?
I guess.
Hopefully you did that right.
On my side, it says it's live on Facebook. So
Okay.
I think it's working.
All right, cool.
All right.
Sounds good. Give everybody a few minutes here. Let me go see what it looks like on Facebook here. Yep, there we are.
All right. There we
It's
go.
like a double dimension if we start showing that, and then we're right. Is
God,
that what
that's some conception stuff right there.
All right.
Is there a
Cool.
delay?
If you're looking at this, there's a slight delay, yeah, which will mess you up. So we're going to just use this one here. All right, cool. All right. So we'll get started right around the top of the hour there. For those of you that are hopping in, hi. We're going to get started in a couple of minutes. Want to say hi?
Hello.
Live streaming.
Yes.
Look at us. Riv, come say hi. There he is.
Hi.
There's Riv. All right, we got everybody in now. So,
All right,
cool.
So we'll be doing a presentation in a little bit.
We are. Yeah, this is called filler time.
Yes,
Because
filler
we're live
time.
on Facebook. We got people coming into the webinar room, right? So,
Mhm.
yeah. Did you have a good day at school?
Yes,
Yeah, good.
it
All right,
was
good.
a day.
It was a day.
So,
Sounds good. This will be
Yeah.
fun. We've waited a long time to do this, huh?
yes, we
Folks
have.
involved. Yeah. Very good. Now you know what Dad does at work.
Yes,
All right.
I do not think I would like it.
You'll be great. You're great. Sounds good. All right, we got a few more folks piling in. I know there's people joining on Facebook, so welcome. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
And we got folks coming into the webinar room, so we'll give it another couple minutes or so. It's dinner time. People are eating.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
I'm hungry.
Are you
too.
hungry?
Yes.
Spaghetti? Okay,
does.
sounds good. Well, let's wait. Let's get through this here first, and then we'll focus. All
All
right.
right.
Very good.
So, little question: how are we going to get the slides being shown?
So that's a great question. Can you?
You should be able to share your screen.
Man, I'm glad we brought you. That was a great idea here. Look at this. All right, let's do that. Let's see. Oops.
Your skirt is sharing the screen on the
All right.
So this is
All right. Can you see the slides okay there, Melina? You can unmute yourself.
They're perfect.
All right. See?
Like
You did good.
Okay.
All right.
That's good. And are we still seen?
Yes, they can see us for
Okay.
sure. All right, cool. Very good. Give another minute or two here.
I'll wait for a couple more people.
Yep. So we got people coming in the room. We got Facebook Live going. Pretty cool.
Yes.
Awesome. Thanks everybody who's joining on time. You get special bonus points, right, for being on time. Is there?
Yes, you will
something
get
like
free dinner.
that? Careful what you commit to here. Sounds good.
How do people join the webinar?
There's a link. So there was a link they got in an email, or they could just join on Facebook. So
And you see it like
cool.
boom.
Well, you know what we're gonna do? I think we should go ahead and get this thing started because we want to start on time and respect those that are making time to be with us. So, you guys ready to kick it off?
Yes.
All right, let's do
Yes,
this.
we are.
So, welcome everybody. We're really, really excited to do this. This is kind of our first swing at this. It's an
Yeah.
opportunity for the first time to share a little bit about how you can get involved with the Tower of Niceness. So we've got folks joining us on Facebook Live, which is pretty cool. So for all of you out there, welcome and thanks for supporting us. And then we have some that are joining on the webinar, and hopefully you can hear and see us okay there. So we've been asked a lot about how people can help. And so for a long time, this has been kind of a passion project that we've done with our family, we've done with our friends. A lot of you that are watching and joining us have been part of this. And, our neighbors, our teachers, it's been really just a real grassroots event. And we're at a point now where we're ready to ask for more help and be able to put that goodwill to work. So, Ryan, why don't you talk a little bit about, let's see, make sure I got the right thing here. Why don't you talk us through a little bit about what we're going to cover here tonight?
All right. So here is the agenda. First, we'll be going over an overview of the tower for those of you who are new. We'll be kind of talking about the whole thing that we do.
Right.
And then we'll be talking about volunteer and tower team roles. So these are for the people who want to volunteer for the tower and the roles that we have.
Give you an idea of what volunteering looks like.
Yes.
There's a few ways you can do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And then we have upcoming projects, kind of the lifeblood of our organization, and then getting started and Q&A.
Take some Q&A at the end. Cool. Right on. So we'll keep it moving here. So we do have some new folks that are probably watching online. So why don't we talk a little bit real quick about who we are and what we do?
All right. So here is the tower overview. We basically just provide niceness for those in need, and we raise money sometimes we raise money for people or animals in need, and we are an official 501c3
Yeah.
since last year,
Right.
and yes,
That's good. Yeah. And so we connect with a lot of other community causes, and we've got something for everybody, right? So talk a little bit about the projects and how we help those in need.
All right, so these are kind of our yearly projects. Maybe not that last one, but like we do that a bunch.
Mhm.
But first is the help the homeless. That's our it's the first event we've ever done as the
Right.
tower,
Right.
and it's on Thanksgiving Day, and we go out with the homeless. We bring supplies that we got from donations. It's a very heartwarming.
Big event too. Hundreds
Yes.
of volunteers there. It's pretty cool.
Probably our second biggest event.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, and then we have our Tower Toy Drive, which we bring toys and books and everything a kid would want on Christmas Eve.
Right.
We use donations to get these things for the kids in the hospital. And then we have our Furry Friends fundraiser in the spring, where we, raise money for food, toys, beds, gift cards for shelters for animals and other things.
Exactly. Very good. And then you mentioned we also help kind of some other groups too. So throughout the year, we're doing kind of various projects as well, right?
Community causes. We try to help. We try to do our best to involve ourselves in the community and with other 501c3s.
Yeah, very cool. So one last thing that's probably important for people to know about.
Yes, the Night of Niceness.
Yeah, it's one of our favorites.
The big shebang.
The big shebang for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
At the Night of Niceness, we have this big dinner, and we go up on stage and speak a whole lot about the tower and what we're doing.
Yep.
And it's very fun, and it's hosted at Randy Peters, which is a very amazing.
Yeah, you're gonna start talking about food, aren't you?
Oh yes.
Yeah. So we better keep it moving.
I'm trying to hold myself back.
So it's our annual event. It's our biggest fundraiser. It's a celebration. We give out awards. You can see on there. Our volunteers come, our supporters come, our sponsors are there. It's just a really great night. Something we're really proud of. We've done 2 of those, and a third one coming, which we'll be talking about here in just a few minutes. So with that, I think this is important to note. We actually wanted to, not try and like make this super glossy tonight. You got to go do homework, right?
Yes, I do.
So,
I have to get out of here real quick.
You still what grade now? 8th grade.
Yes.
So homework is a real thing. So this is part of the tower and part of why we need help, right? We still want the kids to be kids, but go do your homework. All right. So that's the president of the Tower of Niceness. But now I get to bring in our founder, our CEO. What is your name?
River.
River. So River is here, and so good segue here. This cute little guy on the screen. Tell us how this whole thing got started for those that maybe don't know that story.
So when I was 7,
Yeah.
I asked my dad if we can start a business, a company, pretty much same thing.
Right.
Except there is a little
There's a catch.
catch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want to take the money. I wanted to give it away. So a nonprofit.
Right. Except we didn't know what a nonprofit was.
Yeah, we didn't know that existed.
We did know what a nonprofit was. So I think the deal started with raising some money for the homeless. We used to just kind of do something as a family. We thought we'd raise a few $100. He said, no, I think I can raise 1,000. And what'd you raise?
We raised about
Almost-
1,700.
Yeah, almost 2,000. And then that led to the next thing and led to the next thing. We have some of you that are on that are been volunteers. The numbers you see up there, actually, I just refreshed. In fact, the kids just saw this. You guys kind of flipped out when I showed you earlier. So pretty cool.
Yeah,
in the last 3-4 years, what we've done, just grassroots. I don't want to say this hasn't been without trying, but it's really just been like working with what we had, and you can see the impact. And I think one thing we really want to focus on tonight is we're just as proud, I would say is the word, of the volunteer hours as we are of the money that we've raised. And we want to do more of that. So you can see the impact that you're making. And with that comes support, right? And we've got celebrity support, we've had media support, we've got what we would call local celebrities, right? Uncle Kevin and David down there. We've got our teachers and friends. I mean, it's just been awesome. Michael Franti did a video for you guys, right, from Spearhead. So really, really cool to see everybody jumping in and helping us. And then it's continued. Now we've got the support of a great board. It's started and continuing to grow. And then we've got our corporate sponsors at Randy Peters and at Reliable Buick GMC and Boyd and Associates. So with all of this now, we've got the foundation ready to really like springboard this thing, right? Yeah. And so what we wanted to talk about tonight is how people can help, right?
Yes, how can you help?
Right.
The first way you can help out of the three is you can join the Tower team.
Right. We'll go. You want to go? You want to? You're in. Let's go, man. Let's do this. All right. So let's talk about what is the Tower team. So we think of the Tower team as joining us, right? Behind the scenes. I think the great thing is we get so many people that want to donate their time and their money, frankly, and that's great. And we want to encourage that. But to take advantage of all the opportunities we have to help more people, we really need people behind the scenes to help us. Because like I said, it's just been us. You can see the kids do the work, right? And make the decisions. It's been our family members, our friends, our neighbors, our teachers, you name it. We've had some longtime supporters from the very beginning, and you know who you are, and we've been grateful for that. But now we want to build a little bit more of a team. And if you were at the Night of Niceness last year, Brad Squires talked a lot about that leadership that's needed, and that's really what we're looking for is some leadership. So just want to take a few minutes to touch on these. I'm not going to go through every one of these, and we'll share the slides, so if you want to dig into these a little bit later. But these are the areas, and what we're trying to do is break these down into smaller bite-sized pieces, right? And so you might see something on here that you're into. Like one of the things, what are you into on here? You like doing some video, right? You're our resident YouTuber, right? Yeah. You got some interest in design and videography, and I like some of the marketing stuff. Yeah. We also have some of our volunteers. Melina is on here, who's been helping with our community outreach and some of our social media management. So what we encourage you to do is find something you're good at, find something you want to be good at, find somebody you know who's good at that. Maybe you have a business that does this and you want to just give a little bit extra to support us. But on the operations side, this is behind the scenes, just kind of help run the day-to-day. And when I say day-to-day, this doesn't mean a day-to-day commitment, but we're looking for people to help us with donors. So what does that mean? It means that we want to show gratitude when we get all this money. So we always do thank you videos. We do thank you cards, right?
Thank you. It's the big thing that it's not just about all your money and time. We have to thank you for everything you've done and appreciate.
Yeah. So for donors and for that matter for volunteers, right? Yeah. So it's important for us to be grateful and there's time involved in that, right? Like, after a birthday and you got to write thank you cards, that could take a little bit of time. So we have some help in the accounting side, so not as much needed there. Procurement, kind of ordering supplies. So when we have these events and we've raised money, if you love shopping on Amazon, this is for you. Grant writers, right? Somebody that can help us with trying to go out and obtain some of the different funds that are out there. On the marketing side, email. Just helping. We want to do more newsletters, right? When we have projects, we need to send out, like for tonight, right? I had to design an email and send that out, and we would love help with that. Pay-per-click, right? Maybe you do some advertising at an agency or for your small business, you got good at it. We are looking for help when we do have a project and we have a little bit of budget to spend, like for the Night of Niceness, we run ads. It'd be great to have one person, that's all they did. Web design, we have a new website, but we want somebody who can do the updates, graphic design, photography, videography. So these are all very small little bite-sized pieces. If you see something of interest, send us a note and we can talk about what that would mean for you and how you could actually do that, right? Yeah. I'll give you an example of one down here that someone mentioned was e-commerce. I hadn't even thought of that, but we got gear.
Yes.
And people want to buy it. We have those, I don't have the sweatshirts, right? People are like asking, can we buy them? I don't even have a way of selling them. We have offers to do partnerships, and we just haven't been able to take advantage of it. So these are all different ways that you can take a very small piece, the small commitment, which we'll talk about. It sounds like I'm selling something, right? There's nothing to buy, right? There's nothing to buy today.
Except for the merch.
Well, the merch, is that what I'm saying? Okay. So, and then the last part is business development. This is getting out in the community, and it's been really cool, like getting Melina out there, and she's got us on a partnership now going with the Kings and getting us involved with other networking groups. And there's some PR, and there's meeting other organizations like your brother talked about, right? We have a run coming up for It Takes Guts, and we want to develop and build those relationships. So keep all those in mind. There's something for everybody, and we would love for the help behind the scenes. I understand as someone who loves to volunteer, just the feeling and the value you get on that day, but this is what it takes behind the scenes to make that day happen. And we've been doing it as best we can, but we could use the help, and this is where we could use that help, right?
Yeah.
So next way to help is what?
You can join a project team. So you can become a project leader. Pretty much coordinating the Night of Niceness, Help the Homeless, all of our projects.
Right.
And then some roles for the projects. You can volunteer. You can become a volunteer coordinator, make sure everyone's doing their job during it. You can buy stuff for homeless, like all the supplies we need.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Toys for the kids in the hospital. You can also donate for to help fundraise and promote it.
Exactly. Right.
You can also
help with the marketing and
marketing.
Promoting it. Yeah, no,
Thing.
you covered. No, you did good.
Yeah.
Man. All right. So in short, there's the Tower team, right? So help us behind the scenes, and then what we're really looking to do is build teams for each project. And so a project lead would be exactly what you said, is just kind of helping coordinate the other volunteer roles that are in and around that project. And those are some of the roles there. And we're going to kind of learn as we go, right? I mean, we're going to have to build this together. So you might have some ideas or experience on this, but these are some of the key roles we would see is how do we find and coordinate all the volunteers? So for like Help the Homeless, our biggest challenge is turning volunteers away. It sounds terrible, but if we could figure out a way to help direct them to other things or get them all involved in some capacity, that would be awesome, right? Or the logistics. So you look at like the picture on the screen there, that's a picture from our family room where we're putting together all the bags for the Help the Homeless thing. But our house gets filled with these Amazon boxes, but someone's got to do all that ordering and coordinate all of that. And then we got to get it there. And we realized last year we had to call our great neighbors here who bailed us out with their Suburban. We didn't have enough room anymore to bring all the supplies that we bought, right? So fundraising, again, each of these, we do major fundraising at the Night of Niceness, but we like to run a little mini project for each of these, just like you might have seen recently for the Furry Friends, right? We raised a little bit of money, another $1,000 or so for that, plus what we had set aside, $3,000 from the Night of Niceness. So the fundraising is a continual thing, and then getting the word out with marketing and press, and those are different ways. So again, think of these as the unit, right? The project itself, and what we're really committed to this year, what I'm committing to my bride, is that we'll build teams for each of these, and we'd love for them to run on their own little autonomous units, right? And so you guys can work on your own schedule. There's only one of these for the year, and that kind of becomes your piece you're connected to. So anything else you want to add with the projects?
I think you covered it all.
Thanks.
Right there.
Appreciate that. You're a good co-host.
Thank you.
Sounds good. All right. So last way that you can participate.
Another 3 ways you can participate in projects is you can assist with project tasks such as handing out the bags, the little Help the Homeless bags, the supplies
Right.
in it.
Like, so you can be there for the project day
Exactly.
and just have a job in a
Yeah.
way, right? Okay.
It's local in our area.
Right.
You can also volunteer on day of the event,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much assisting with the tasks, everything,
Right.
coordinating,
Right.
as we said
So you'd work with
earlier.
like the project team. So you're going to have a bunch of little things that need to be done. And so we've got this huge group of volunteers. It's growing and growing. And we want to be able to give them some stuff to do, right? So you might just say, hey, you know what? The only thing I can do, I can show up for one event a year. I got a few hours. Cool, right? We can find a way for you to help at the Night of Niceness or one of those things. And these are the things that fill up the fastest, right? We always have conversations about how difficult it is to shut down the fact that we can't take any more volunteers. So we'd love to find a home for them all.
Another way you can assist with the delivery, pretty much
getting it out there, the stuff, right?
Yeah.
So that would be an example of the toy drive, right? So
you can order some toys. You can
Right.
also send it to us and help us deliver all the toys.
deliver all the toys, right? We do that. We do our little routine. I'll give you an example of this one, the toy drive. We had this is another great example of how we just need the help to take advantage of these great opportunities. The Toys for Tots approached us last year, like at the 11th hour, and they had a huge storage facility full of toys, and said, "Hey, if you can get these somewhere, you can have them." And so we worked out a deal. Well, it took neighbors to come over and get all the toys out of there. We organized them, and then the Stefan family have been great volunteers with us. Volunteered on Christmas Eve to go drive them all the way up to a women's shelter and delivered, bags and bags and bags of enough toys for like 20 kids for Christmas morning. It was crazy. So again, these are very specific little one-off ways. Huge impact though. Really cool. All right. Awesome. Great job. So time commitment. This is probably what's on everybody's mind, right? And, I get it. I was fortunate enough in my early 20s to be on the board of a nonprofit for the Boys and Girls Club. And I got onto a committee, and I chaired the committee. And next thing I know, I felt like I had a part-time job. And it was really overwhelming. And then what happens over time is people start avoiding any commitment because it becomes too much. So these are estimates to just give you an idea. We're going to figure this out as we go. And our goal is not to overwhelm you. Our goal is to leverage what you're willing to share, right? So everybody, we can customize this and make it work. So for the Tower team, it's kind of a little more of a small amount on a consistent basis. So, if you have an hour a week and maybe some extra time for a team meeting each month, this is kind of how we've gotten started with Aline and Melina. We've been doing this now all summer, and we're figuring it out, right? They've been patient with me as we've gotten this going. But so if you have 5 hours a month, that would be great. If you have 5 hours a week, awesome, as that's what they're putting into this right now, which we're super grateful for. So thank you. You guys are awesome. If you want to be on a project team, it depends on the project. Some of them don't take as much. The Night of Niceness is going to take a really big team. The more bodies we have, the more we can disperse the responsibility, right? But I would say, a couple hours a week leading up to the event, maybe a little more as we get closer. I'm sure a lot of you have been part of stuff like that. But, maybe that's, instead of 5 or 10 hours a month, maybe that's 10 or 20 hours a year. And that might be even high. I don't know, but we'll take what we can get, right? But
we're really flexible.
Exactly.
All your time.
Exactly.
Anything helps.
Anything helps for sure. And then a project volunteer, like we said, if you just kind of want one role on that one day and you've got 3, 4, 5 hours, then awesome. We'll take advantage of that. And that's helpful too, right? We're grateful for that help. So I hope this gives a guideline. This is tough to do, but I think this is important because I've been there. I've been roped in and then overcommitted, and I get it. So we really want to respect your time and the commitment that you make, and make sure it's fair and equitable across everybody. And we'll leave it at that. So if you have questions about that, we'll dig into it more because you got vacations, you got other commitments and all that. All right, the big finish. Right. So let's talk about why. Like, why would people want to hang out with you? What this crazy idea you had, and you've raised 130 something thousand dollars, and we've helped hundreds and hundreds of people. And I mean, so many people have supported this. And why? Like, what are they going to get out of this, do you think?
So when you volunteer or become a board member, do whatever fundraise, you can, whenever you give back, you always feel great. When you give something to a good cause, it's good. It feels good.
Right. And it doesn't have to be money, right?
Yeah.
Giving your time and being
effort.
part of what we're building is pretty special. Yeah.
You can also support your community.
Yeah.
It's all local to everyone
Yeah.
in this area.
Yeah, there is. Now, important to note, if you're not in the area, that doesn't mean you can't help, right? Not only could you still support work, and we have supporters from all over the country, in fact, all over the world, as a matter of fact, as far away as Italy, which is pretty cool. I don't know if you knew that. But also, part of our expansion opportunity, is Mom listening? Is part of our expansion opportunity is to start building towers in other cities around the country, right? And we have leaders growing the tower there. But for now, this is a way that you can give back right here at home. And talking about giving back, we talk about connecting with a cause, right? There's a lot of ways you can help, and what's kind of cool is we got something for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. So when you connect to the cause, that simply means to connect your skills and your talents and what you love to do with something that's
like important
good.
to you, that
Yeah.
you're passionate about.
Your passion to help people. Or
so a good example is we started the tower, like our first project really was what?
Helping the homeless.
Right, that was something you were really passionate about, right?
Yeah.
Your sister is very passionate about animals, right? And that's where the Furry Friends fundraiser was born. So I think what's kind of cool is you can find and align with a project that's meaningful to you, right? That's I think something that we find kind of rewarding. I put this one here: help the tower, help more. What does that mean?
So this, like, if you donate $1, that could help 500 people, which is hard to think about. But if one person in the world donated $1, that'd be like a lot of money.
So I think what we're getting at here is that the more help we get at the tower, the more we can help, right? And so as we do a little, all of us do a little bit, it's exponential, the amount of impact that we can make. It's kind of that ripple effect, right? Exactly. And it can help more and more and more. And there's some, we're not gonna go into it tonight. There's some really cool opportunities that we have with some large organizations that want to partner with us. We just don't have the resources, and by resources, I mean people, to take advantage of that. And so there's a chance for us to do some pretty special stuff, and we'd love to take advantage of it. Last but not least, number 5.
So for all the people who are in high school or going to college, ending college, from volunteering, you get credits, and that's going to help you graduate from college and become
in high school.
In high school, yeah.
Yeah. I know we were talking about that, like the amount of hours you probably already have logged. I think you're good, but there are kids, there are students, there may be even companies where you have time allotted to go do something with a nonprofit, and we are legit. So it's a great place to be able to do that. So whether you're at a company that has a program that supports this, or you have a student at home that's looking to get involved for some credit, we'd be happy to write off the hours for that, give you the credits. So, all right. So real quickly, just a recap as you're starting to think about the different ways you could help and what does that commitment look like. This is kind of a quick picture of what's coming up for us. So River, you've talked about Help the Homeless, right? Thanksgiving Day. The toy drive comes right after that. And the Night of Niceness, so this is the first time we've announced this, but typically this has been something we do in the fall. We've made a decision, you guys made the decision along with the board that we're gonna push that to the spring. For this reason, we wanna build the teams so we can really do it right. and make sure Dad doesn't lose his mind. So we're excited. We're gonna have our 3rd annual Night of Niceness sometime in the spring, and we would love to put together the project team for that and start working on that right away or in the near future. And we've got some cool community projects coming up. It Takes Guts 5K is just a few weeks away, and the Food Basket Drive is in December as well. So there's plenty to get involved with. I think where we want to start right now is just getting a sense of what you're interested in, right? So are you interested in being part of the project team? Or you want to be part of the tower team? Or do you want to just be involved with one project? You have questions, there's a couple ways you can reach out to us. You can go to our website, which is towerofniceness.org. There's a little volunteer button. There'll be a form that pops up. You just note you want to volunteer. You can pick a project, or it doesn't really matter, but you can send us a note there. A fast way to also reach us is by email, and you can just email me directly at brian@towerofniceness.org, and just fire off some questions. Let me know what you're interested in. We make a decision as a team always, and so we'll talk about it, and we would love to start knocking off that list one by one, people that can help us, and we're going to do it one step at a time, right? So we're patient. We're going to continue doing good stuff, but we'd love to build that team. So with that, before we go to some Q&A, do you have anything else that you want to add?
We would like to thank you to your time, people who are in the webinar and people who are watching it right now live. This will inform you on how you can help, and hopefully, trying to think of words.
Hopefully they'll get involved, maybe.
Yeah.
That'd be good. I know this means a lot. It means a lot to us.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if you can imagine this guy 7 years old, and then all of a sudden you have a corporation and you're raising 6 figures, and you got hundreds of people from all over the world that want to participate. It's pretty cool. And so that doesn't go lost on us, and we're super grateful for that. We're excited. This is a big next step for us, right? Probably as big as becoming a 501c3 is now really committing to building that team. So with that, we wanted to make sure everybody could go enjoy their family time. If you have any questions, we'll open it up. We are live. You never know what questions you're going to get. So, but if anyone has any questions or anything they want to share, we'll do our best. We are still trying to figure out how to use all these tools, as I already mix it up here. Oh boy, what did I do? Here we go. So I'm going to see if we have anybody there. If you want to chat in your questions, if you're on the webinar, that would be good. If you're on Facebook Live, you can make your notes down in the comments area there. And if not, we definitely appreciate you joining us, and we will send a quick follow-up with all the information we covered tonight so everybody can check that out, and we'll look forward to connecting with y'all. So,
Okay.
All right, so we'll hang out for a couple minutes. I'll check Facebook Live and see if we've got anything.
Any
You
questions?
can watch any of the comments that might come in here. Let's see here. I think we're good. Maybe I didn't do it right, huh? There we go. All right. Let's see here. We can go. Oh, so you can hear me. I think we're good. Sounds good. All set. All right, guys. Well, thanks everybody for joining. We really appreciate it. Be sure to send us any questions you have, or let us know what you might be interested in. Shoot us an email. Check out the website, and hopefully we'll get in touch soon and get started. Thanks everybody. Have a wonderful night. Appreciate you making the time.
All right. Bye.